Welcome, everybody, to tonight's episode of Daggerheart, The Broken Spine.
Hello.
I just had to make sure that my audio was on. Yep, everyone can hear me. Great, I guess. I had something in mind to say, and I can't remember what it was, so why don't we do a round of intros instead? Jason, how's it going?
All right. How about you?
Good. Tell me about yourself and who you're playing.
Yeah. I'm Jason, as mentioned. I will be playing a warrior druid fungal named Bestoy.
Nice. Who would you like to popcorn it over to?
I'll go to Lauren.
I'm Lauren. I'm playing the Guardian Seraph multi-class Triss. Yeah, I don't know. I never know what to say here.
Right, me either. I hear you.
I had something to say, but Jeremy forgot it.
It's all my fault.
Yeah, we just
Shocking.
Jeremy. I'll jump to Maggie.
Hello, I'm Maggie. I apologize for any background noise. I am playing Grace Halbert, our human sorcerer.
Hooray! The Colonel, as we have dubbed her since last episode. If you missed it, you can head over to YouTube and catch it from our playlist.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.
That's right, especially the obey part. Obey. I need to make a command for that for Twitch. Obey.
Oh my god.
Yeah, speaking of YouTube, there's a link in chat. You can go over and follow. We're trying to get to 500 followers by the end of the year. The end of the year is coming quickly, but we don't have that far to go. So head over that way and do that. And that would be awesome of you. I'm going to go ahead and go since Carly's the GM. And we'll just hand it off to Carly to tell us all that after I'm done. And then we can pick it up. I'm Jeremy. You can find me here and on the socials at WH Pubs. Unless I go and scrub Twitter later, because I feel like that's a thing I might do, then you won't find me on Twitter anymore. But that's all right. What else? I think that's it for now. So, Carly, tell us about you, and then tell us what kind of awesome cave we're in, because it's just a cave.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with this
Hi. I'm Carly. I run games, play games, make dice, do stuff. It's a world, and I live in it.
It is a world for sure.
Absolute mood.
Yeah. It's a definite move. But last week, our wonderful group decided to trek further in the mountains, trying to stay close on the trail of their targets that presumably have stolen some very interesting magical items. And they started up this very steep switchback trail. Sorry, words. And where they overcame challenges of rock slides and gaps and, a player that wasn't here one-shotting some giant eagles.
2 giant eagles, yeah.
Yeah,
Yay.
that happened. And then they were like, oh, it's starting to get dark. We don't want to be caught up here, especially since we're reaching the area where there's a lot of snowfall. So they found a cave off the beaten trail into one of the mountains. It has some sigils and carvings that seem of a similar origin to the weather-based magic carvings that they found on their path. But when they entered, nothing happened. And it's just a hollowed out cave. It's got like a 20-foot radius entrance. It goes about 50 foot back. And they're bedding down for the night. I think there was some talk about cooking some splattered mountain goat.
Oh yeah.
Not sure what their plans are, other than that they have entered this cave.
totally just a cave.
It's
Oh, yeah.
just a cave.
Right?
All right. I guess who's cooking?
I mean, Knots keeps telling me about all the stuff he likes to cook, though it usually sounds like mushrooms.
Knots is more like always trying to find out what things taste like, but she definitely has her favorites, and splattered mountain goat is probably up there.
Astoy will open up his hand and like some herbs will grow out of it.
Nice.
Maybe you can use this.
What do you think? What stat would being good at cooking fall under? Probably knowledge, huh?
Stat would
Yeah.
good at cooking.
I'm just saying, trying to guess how good Knots is at cooking, because I have a feeling it's not very.
Well, the answer is it would probably fall under instinct for cooking,
Oh.
knowledge for baking.
Okay, that is fair.
Um,
Knots is not a bad cook, but a terrible baker.
I may just decide to give you constant disadvantage whenever you try to make
Also
something
fair.
edible.
Oh no.
Also fair.
You could be like one of the chefs who are doing the onions and stuff. Then it could be presents. You know, making the onion volcano and all
Right?
Mhm.
Well, we're not talking about plating. We're talking about the actual cooking. Plating is a whole other skill set.
Yeah. You might have seen that happen once where Knots might have tried to do the onion volcano, and the lawsuits afterwards have kept her from doing so again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll make dinner. Why not?
With that, yeah, I mean, you're going to have disadvantage because it's knots.
Yay.
I felt like it.
Now remind me, disadvantage is a d6
Minus a D6.
subtracted? Okay. Okay. I can do this.
Grace is just gonna watch and laugh.
Holy shit. Okay, I mean, good roll. With fear, of course.
Oh,
Mhm.
thanks.
Of course.
You're gonna give her fear with your cooking,
Right? The 3 minus 5 is 18.
It's
Wow.
knots, it tracks.
You know, fair.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty good. It's seasoned somehow, but you swear that they didn't put any seasoning on it.
Oh no.
The only difficult part, and you're not sure if it's Knott's fault or just because the goat was splattered, but sometimes there's little like splinters of bone in the meat that you're eating.
Yum.
Yeah, you just save those. Save them and you can use them. Just pick the gristle out of your teeth afterwards.
As Knots is saying that, there's just like blood dripping off of their lip. The rest of you, not Knots, because Knots knows this, but the rest of you are gonna take a stress just from the worry of a splinter of bone being in your food.
I don't know if it would be like better or worse for Triss with her size, whether it would be like choking on a fish bone or if it would just not even register.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not even the actual choking, it's just the worry of that, like, every bite there might be a splinter of bone in there, and you're just like,
Okay. Nice.
While we're eating,
Oh.
so these people you're tracking, like, what do you know about them? How did you end up running into them? What, like, I didn't really get any knowledge from your friend on that.
Just to clarify, we haven't actually run into these specific people, right? Just their cohorts?
No, they were in the Whaling. These are like the three people we didn't get in the Whaling City.
yeah.
Right, but did we actually meet them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they ran away from the fight. That's how we didn't get them.
Gotcha.
Because it's like the head guy and two others.
They made that deal with Mr. Stinky, as you called him. To take
Oh
us
yeah.
out.
Lord Stinky Mist.
Lord
Yes.
Stinky Mist.
that was the name. Fuck that guy. Anyway. I waited long enough. I feel like we won't get demonetized on YouTube now for swearing. Anyway, yeah. I think just kind of like sets our food down. We encountered them in the Whaling City, and we were tracking them because they had been known to have taken an artifact, and along the way we discovered that they had taken other artifacts that were of personal interest to some of us, myself included. So now we hunt them to get those back.
And they killed our friend.
That too.
Yeah, you did tell me that you're out for vengeance.
Yeah, vengeance.
More blood kind of squirts out the side.
Triss just looks concerned.
I lean over to Triss. Should I heal him? Or healer?
Maybe keep it prepared.
Is there something wrong with your food?
The food is surprisingly good. However,
Nice.
You've got a little
You got some
What?
schmutz.
What? Where?
just all over.
I
That's
will.
it.
Oh, I don't have prestidigitation.
Triss is just gonna be like, and then like lick her thumb and just the entire side of Knott's face.
Now it's just got like a like that like half streak of blood. Just
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kavoon will probably clean it off of you.
Kavoon gives you a look like, no, he's not.
Triss will do
Actually,
the other
haven't-
side too.
I actually haven't had to have an acting since Boone and I started traveling together. Awesome.
Triss will just pass Knott's like a little scrap of fabric and be like, here, just use that.
What happens when Knot sees a napkin full of blood?
I mean, imagine she would have seen blood like on Triss's thumb from wiping her face.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, undercook these? I don't know, something's bleeding.
Does okay, now I am actually concerned. Does your mouth not hurt?
Ah,
Okay. I don't think Triss knows what to do with that information. I don't think she's also just like not sure what things that Knots does are just Knots or a goblin thing in general.
That is fair. Speaking of Kavoon and not wanting to clean off knots in this particular situation, can I do a like an instinct or whatever to see if there's anything that Kavoon smells?
In like particular, what are you wishing for Kavoon to look out for?
Mostly just things in this cave. If something like grows, if he smells like strangers approaching or something like that from outside, I feel like he would let us know. But specifically right now, having just entered the cave and cooking and all that, is there something that he smells that would set him on guard?
Sure, you can give me a roll for Kavoon.
Might as well feed the fear machine, right? Oh, it's not.
Kavoon doesn't feed the
Oh, that's
fear
right.
machine.
That is a 18. Again.
He's immune.
Well, it's just, not a player character, so you don't get as much from him, but also he doesn't feed the hope or fear, so it goes both ways.
Cool.
Yeah, Kavoon is just kind of watching you, and most of the scents that he get are from the goat that's being cooked, and that you are all like eating. However, there is a small, like tiny undertone of like dampness and like
Just a cave smell.
static air. Yeah, but more of something that he would associate less, because normally like in like a small cave, kind of like this one that's wider open and not like doesn't go super deep, it doesn't get that that like musty static air smell, because it's pretty much always getting new air recycled. But there's like a small undertone of like something damp and musty.
I feel like I should have air quoted that. It's just a cave smell. TM.
We're gonna make a shirt called Just a Cave.
Right. If cantrip
God.
candles, is that what they're called? If they're watching, you all should work
Just
with
a
us
cave
for
smell.
just a cave smell. If you think that it's enough to make Kavoon watchful or nervous, he'll get up and like kind of pace around.
Yeah, I don't know if he's nervous yet. It's just something that's like he's kind of aware of slightly.
Okay. Just a cave cologne. I love it.
Oh no.
Just dab on the musk.
If you're not gonna eat that, Chris, I'll go ahead and finish it off for you.
Sure.
Mmm.
I don't know how one so small eats so much.
Oh,
We've
my
also-
my mom said it's because both of my legs are hollow. I don't really know how that works, but that way it's like a goblin thing. I don't know.
Oh my god.
That makes so much sense.
I know, right? Because most people just have like a stomach and then it has to go through, but I have like storage for later.
Oh my god.
Grace gives you the sure Jan look. Just the
I mean, Grace absolutely knows that that's not how goblins work.
oh, I know. It's
Wait, how do you know that?
Because Grace has traveled, so she has experience with other
Dissected goblins before.
Oh no.
Oh, Grace's anatomy.
Yeah, oh.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh no.
with the goblin.
Oh god.
Just remember to stitch them back together.
Yeah, that's kind of important, huh?
How comfortable is the cave in here? Like, is it pretty cold or?
Actually, well, I mean, the sun is still setting. It's not fully set yet.
Okay.
So you guys can actually, because the cave looks out like semi-west, you can see the sun setting behind the mountains that are like between you and then the rest of the valley and coast of the Broken Spine. So it's still, I mean, of a similar temperature when you guys like got up to this height. It's pretty dang cold, and you would know that you would assume that the temperature is going to drop pretty severely in the next 2 hours.
Fun.
I will. Or did not cook the food, by the way.
You guys made like a little campfire from twigs and stuff that you had
Cook?
gathered, like just enough. And I think you guys said like the center of the cave is where you would put the fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will make sure to get rid of any leftovers. I know there was the drop down off the side when we were coming in, so we
Yeah.
don't really try to get less attention or attraction to this.
Wasn't there leftovers from the people that we think from the people that we've been following? Like they had stayed here too, or was that elsewhere?
no, that was on
So-
the path
Okay.
that you had passed, like halfway through the day. You had
Right.
found remnants
Thanks for
of what you think might have been a campsite.
I will get out my blanket and try to get some rocks and block it at the bottom, and then try to hang it up over the entrance.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
big entrance. It's not small, so it's unlikely that your blanket will do anything. You might be able to do something like at just like the corner of it to like make a little cubby hole that you could hide behind, but
Aw,
you're not.
blanket
There's no
forward.
way you're going to be able to block the
Okay.
whole.
Okay.
entrance.
Well, we should probably conserve some of that wood. I think it's probably going to be pretty cold tonight.
It's not a bad idea.
As Astoya is doing that, Knots is like,
Before.
and is going to start rooting around in her nomadic pack,
Yeah.
and we'll pull out some more blankets and some sticks that have been like hinged together to be able to build a rickety blanket fort to go around everybody, just to kind of like
Wait.
keep in the heat. It like not to cover. It wouldn't be big enough to cover the cave door, but enough that like our sleeping, like our bedrolls and stuff, could be.
Are
under
you
'em.
placing this over the fireplace or like next to the fire pit or?
I feel like Knots has learned that the hard way, and maybe some of the blankets actually are a little charred. There's one that has like a hole burned straight through the middle, and will not place it over the fire.
Great.
Probably-
Yeah, you make up one that
Can I assist?
it's not difficult. They've done this before. The problem comes from the Triss is likely not going to be. The rest of you will probably be able to fit inside, like scooched up together, but like Triss is not going to be able to fit.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
probably
fort.
fair.
The rest of you can though.
It's like Triss's feet and most of Triss's head is inside.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like it would be the antlers that would be the biggest issue.
Fair.
She just takes up a lot of room. She could probably fit in there by herself, but then nobody else would be in
Mhm.
there. So, look, you chose like a 12-foot tall giant.
I did.
did.
I'm aware.
12-foot tall is tall.
Plus
I didn't.
horns.
I was. Yeah.
I mean, it's not super tall because they can be up to like 18.
Mm-hmm.
It's about average, but it's still.
It's a big person. I like the chat suggestion of everyone just sleep on top of Triss like a cuddle puddle.
I feel like maybe Knots
Yeah.
would have brought that up. Just be like, just lay down. Just go ahead and lay down.
We're gonna put this fort up around you. You're not gonna be able to get up until the morning. So if you gotta pee, you're gonna have to hold it. But we're all just gonna like lay on either side of you, or maybe on top of you, and then we will share body heat. Those 60
Oh,
lean
boy.
yours, but
I call up by the head.
Yeah. I think at this point Triss just like accepts it and is like, yeah, okay, whatever. Sure.
I'm just picturing Kronk when he's out camping and he's got the tent over just like the small portion.
Oh my god.
I'm imagining Kaboon doing that weird cat thing where they just like dangle from things. So he's like laying in your horns. Just like,
Amazing. I support this.
right?
I had to look and see if one of my cats was doing it off the bed,
Right.
but they're not currently.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, you set up a blanket fort. Realistically, there's just the blanket fort is sized to be comfortable for knots, which means that it's not gonna fit. Trish.
Yeah.
The rest of you could squish in and share body heat. Trish could be on the outside of it and still try to attempt to share body heat, but they're just not going to be able to fit inside of it.
I figure she'll probably just like kind of curl up around it or like right by it or something.
Yeah. But it's up to you guys if you guys want to set watches, what you guys want to do. The sun has set.
Astoy will give
mountains.
Triss his little sheepskin blanket.
Aw.
It
That's so
covers
nice.
like.
I mean, I figure
Shins.
Trish probably has like a pelt of some sort that she uses for colder weather, like she's been traveling around. So she's probably like pulled out like some pelt of some dire beast from her home.
No, thanks to
Definitely
Astoy, you have like the
patchwork.
warmest toe. Just wrap that sheepskin blanket around your toe.
How big do you think her toe is?
Oh god.
Astoy's about the size of a human. It's not a big
No, I
blanket.
know. That's why I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's like up to her knees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's right.
It's
I
more-
keep forgetting that Astoy's bigger than Court was, because Court
Oh,
was
yeah.
Court was a smaller
Court was
guy.
like this big.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Court was tiny.
But yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, you've eaten, you've set up a blanket fort.
I could take first watch.
I was gonna volunteer Trish to take first watch since she's already kind of up and everyone else is in the blanket fort, but
Yeah, if you want first watch.
I feel like I probably would have volunteered earlier to be a watch taker, whether it was first or whatever. And then after eating all of that goat and getting warm and comfy in the blanket fort, I am just out. And so
yeah.
y'all have to wake me up for whatever watch you would like me to take.
All right.
I'll go second.
Okay.
I'll go
First,
third.
second. Okay.
I guess not this one.
I was gonna say Nyx can be
Oh,
fourth.
yeah.
Knots will just sleep. Nobody wants to deal with Knots on watch. They don't get to sleep when Knots is on watch. But in the meantime, that means that you guys can tell me what you guys want to do for your downtime actions,
Ooh.
how you're accomplishing them. It will be a long rest downtime.
I'll do preparation. If anybody else is, I'll prepare with them. Maybe tell them about some of the common issues they need to watch for on the mountain, traveling, looking for rock falls, etc.
Cool. I think I'll probably. I don't need to prepare because I'm nearly full up with hope. But I do want to spend one of my downtimes working on my project of attaching the parrying
Dagger.
dagger to my halberd.
Yep.
Oh, and stress for the other. Sorry.
And then I'll do reduce stress for my second one.
Okay. And not.
Does anyone need anything healed, fixed, reduced?
Not really.
Okay. I know Nyx isn't technically here, but does Nyx need anything that you know of?
No, Nyx is probably going to prepare and reduce stress.
Okay. Then I will. Didn't we have a group project we were working on?
The chariot?
There is the chariot.
I forgot about the cherry.
Right?
There's also combo moves, marketing stuff.
Oh.
I would say marketing is going to be really difficult when you're in a remote location in a cave.
And
Yeah, that's
and her
probably
mind
fair.
has been completely sapped by the idea of this chariot. So yeah, gonna have to work on the chariot. And I'll prepare with you,
boy.
Astoy.
Okay.
I will actually take some of the leftovers and prepare them for like eating the next day, as far as like trail rations, and making sure that everyone's shoes are free of rocks, because that's something that slows you down when you're on mountain trails. Just ask Notch, she'll tell you.
Oh.
So that's 2 hope for you there, Jason.
Okay. Well, we get it in the morning,
What is
right?
Grace doing?
Right.
I will be reducing stress and preparing.
Great. Everybody who prepared can take 2 hope.
You could take 2 stress.
Take 2 stress. No, everybody that is preparing can take 2 hope. Clear your stress. Projects. Triss,
Yes.
could you please make a strength spellcasting roll for me, please?
Let's go.
No fear or hope generation on this.
Okay. That is 13 total.
Great. Not as good as your first day, but you also spent some time trying to settle yourself after the interesting day that you had.
Uh-huh.
As you once again try to like pull the magic from the parrying blade to infuse your halberd, you aren't able to replicate it quite as well, but you do know that more has been infused and attached.
Okay.
You get the idea that with some really good rolls or some really clever magic working, it would take you about 2 more rests. Otherwise, it might take about 4
Okay.
to settle in the magic of the parrying blade.
Cool.
Knots. Chariot. You have a very beautiful sketch of a chariot with a beautiful kavoon like headpiece for the front. What are you trying to do?
Understand what this picture means?
Yeah, I mean, you look it over and you realize, wow, no, especially as there's actually a picture of Kavoon, like, in front of it, pulling it. Like, this is so much bigger than you thought it was going to be.
Oh.
Also, not made of cherry pits.
What?
At least the beautiful drawing doesn't seem to be made of cherry pits.
What is this even made out of? Anyone? I should probably start like writing down my supply list. So
Wood, metal.
Billy,
If it makes you
Okay.
feel better, you could make it out of cherry wood.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or not. We'll have to sleep on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you have a better understanding of what a chariot is and how big It would need to be obviously not super big because it only really needs to carry you. But
I feel like on another piece of paper, I do some alternate designs somewhere Triss is writing in it, and I am writing on Triss's horns. And so there's like some goofing around going on.
Oh my god.
But I will start also, like with this information, start writing a list of what I'm going to need.
yeah, you get the understanding that you're gonna need wood, and likely somebody that'll work that wood, whether it's making the wheels from scratch or purchasing wheels. That's also going to need to happen.
Yeah, Nuts has no idea how wheels are made, so that's going to be a purchase.
Oh no.
You also, looking at it, you're like, you might need to modify the the harness that goes on Kavoon to be harnessed into a chariot instead of just for you to ride. A lot of it, you look like, I think you like get a copy of it, a very poorly drawn, sketched copy of the one that was made, and you start like circling areas, and you're like, I need wheels, I need straps, I need harnessing.
Anyone who's looking, like as you pass during this time, like I'm writing like crochet and pointing at like the straps on, because there's no like color, like it doesn't say what it is. There's no like color coding or anything like that. Leather maybe.
Amazing.
But so that's what you spend your time doing, trying to attempt to decipher what you may need to collect.
Perfect.
But then you also come across the problem: how are you going to carry all of this stuff to make the chariot before it's chariot?
Yeah, none of you have any context for this, but Knot says that is
Future Knot's problem.
I could imagine Knots just like being like, how do I carry this? And sorry, hold on. Like, how do I carry this? And just like rack focus to just Triss. I'm choking on water.
Later, you might find Knots sketching some more of like a big basket on Triss's back, stuffed with like wheels and like yarn and crochet needles and stuff.
Okay.
Perfect.
Amazing.
On that note, first watch.
God,
Triss,
I think that was me.
are you doing anything on your watch?
I don't think. I mean, maybe she's still a little bit suspicious of this cave. So probably alternating between like keeping an eye out for any movement that like seems like it's something approaching the cave, and then like alternatively like that, and then just kind of staring at the runes.
Okay. So just for my clarification, she just looks at the runes. Nothing. She doesn't do anything else as far as investigating the cave.
I don't think so. I think she's more preoccupied with like, let's make sure this is actually a safe place to sleep. Go, Speed Racer.
Give me a instinct roll for your watch, and then we'll do some other stuff.
Cool. A solid 9 with fear.
Great. It's dark.
Cool. Yeah.
It's really dark. There's like no lights outside this cave other than the fire. And with the fire there, you really can't see very far outside of the cave. Your eyes can't even like adjust to the dim lighting that is out. You know that the like mountains are out in the direction that you're looking, but you can't even see like the shadows of the mountains.
Dang, okay.
And it's a
It
little
is dark.
creepy. It is dark. It feels like you're in just like a little bubble
Mm-hmm.
with a blanket for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Which means that you often get distracted by the little bit that you can see, which is basically just the inside of this cave.
Mm-hmm.
Give me you can give me a knowledge roll, and you can give it to me with advantage.
Okay, that's nice because I have a -1 in knowledge. It is my worst stat. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. But math. 23 total. With hope.
With hope, take that hope. Yeah, you're looking over these sigils and carvings within the cavern and within the cave, and you've already realized that it's from like a similar language source as what was on the mountain pass. But the more you stare at it, you find a familiar underlying structure
Ooh.
to the sigils and to the language that you now understand is here. It's very similar to only one other source that you've seen, and that's at the tree. Your tree. Your people's tree.
Oh shit, okay.
You know, the largest, oldest tree in the Broken Spine. Something that has lived and grown and experienced this world for thousands of years. Your people, even your people, don't know how old the mother tree is.
Like, probably, if there's any legends about it, it's probably just referred to as, like, the oldest living thing, even if that's accurate or not.
Yeah, there's nothing about its source or where it came from, but you've seen in your time growing up there, I mean, it's not like the tree is inaccessible. The tree, while is foundational to your people, you guys interact with it. You've climbed that tree with your friends. It's almost a rite of passage to climb it.
Mm-hmm.
And these runes and sigils spark a memory of seeing carvings in the trunk, like, of the tree. You didn't know what they were. You kind of only ever saw them when you were climbing into inaccessible places and just generally being a very annoying, super curious child.
How do you think she knows how to deal with knots?
I mean, we all got to start somewhere. But there's a similarity here, as if maybe they came from the same time period, have the same base language source, whatever that used to be.
Okay. I think adding to the fact that she is like severely distracted from her watch, I think she would start trying to like kind of copy them down onto something to like revisit another time, or like
Yeah.
to be able to take back and compare.
Absolutely, pretty easy to copy them down. As you copy them down, you notice that there is a repetition to them, as if they are etched and sketched in clusters, and then a similar cluster is like sketched after it,
Interesting. Okay.
just from pattern recognition of
Yeah.
sketching it down.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you realize, oh shit, you've been up for like
Oh.
2 hours, and you should probably go to sleep.
Yeah. She's like, but what if? Oh shit! I need to wake somebody else up. Oh no. Who's next?
It was Grace.
Okay, she'll go wake Grace up. Though I think also because if she's waking Grace up, the one other person that might know more about like runes and shit would probably be Grayson. So I think she would kind of quick whispered conversation of that and being like, if you can make any further discoveries, like I don't want to distract you from your watch, but if you have any knowledge or any insight, that would be helpful.
No, look into it.
Thank you. And then she curls up kind of around the blanket fort and then goes to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace, is there anything that you would like to do on your watch besides watch?
I will help out Tris with looking for like the runes and stuff like that.
Can you tell me specifically what you are attempting to do or decipher, or how you are interacting with the runes?
Well, so I was thinking of, because like I feel like Tris explained what she thinks the runes are, or like what
Pretty
they're
much everything
related
that
to.
Carly just told me it would have been relayed to you.
Yeah, so I feel like I would try to like help bolster, or not bolster, but like see if I remember anything about these specific runes. I know it's kind of hard because, or like if I've like in my travels, if I've seen anything, or like if I've read anything.
Sure. I mean, you can give me a knowledge check.
Hold on. Since I'm trying to jog my memory, can I use New Year's Day?
You spend the hope.
I will spend the hope.
Hey.
Okay. That's a +2, guys. Let's go.
Nice.
Ah.
Those dice are loud, damn.
We're like right next to the mic, so.
Yeah, that would do it.
7 with fear.
Oh boy.
You're looking over the runes and thinking about what Tris said. And even though you're positive it has nothing to do with these runes, all you can think about are the the horror stories about how the broken spine came to be. What it was before. And even though you've never believed these stories, I mean, they're campfire stories. But you're next to a campfire. You can't see out of the cavern. It's just dark. It's just dark and silent. And you're the only one awake.
I think Grace is gonna pull out her lute and just strum a couple like chords, and while she's doing that, she's gonna move on to like seeing if there's anything magical in the area or like sensing magical in the area.
Tell me specifically, like I know that you have arcane sense, but tell me specifically what you are doing. Are you just sitting by the fire and trying to reach out? How are you trying to
I'm trying to see if anybody's
sense?
I'm trying to keep a watch out for anybody that's sneaking up on us. I'm using it as like a extra sense to be like, hey, is there anybody in the cave with us? Because I know that Knott's had a bad vibe, and then something's happening with Triss's people, so I'm like, okay, let's see if there's anything approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can give me an instinct roll at disadvantage.
Cool. I'm gonna roll the two. I'm rolling so well, guys.
You having fun over there?
So I rolled a 0.
Amazing.
What?
With
hope.
So take that hope. You.
I'm so engrossed in playing.
No, you are jumping at every little sound, every little breath. You are tunneling into that story.
Am I taking a stress?
We'll get there. You're tunneling into that story, and all you can think about, especially given where you are right now, the story that you've been told, the story that you've heard many times as a scary story around the campfire, the story of the origin of the broken spine. It's not a happy story. It tells of a being, an otherworldly being, running from the slaughter of their home. Before they are caught and shattered, not even given the decency to be laid to rest, instead just left where they were killed. And that's the broken spine, the body of this creature, of this being. And all you can think about is that you were inside this creature that died. Are you going to die? Is that all that awaits anybody in the broken spine? Death?
You okay over there?
Me? I had a question for Carly.
What? You're
but I'm
ruining the
trying to-
moment, obviously.
No, I know. I know Grace is having a moment. Maggie is trying to remember because my brain is not working right now. What is the name of this? Like the belching anus or the stinking anus? How close are we to that?
We're not near that. We're not
Okay,
near
cool.
that.
Oh my god.
I was like, are we in this thing's butt crack?
No. The idea,
no.
the story is that the broken spine is literally the broken spine
Mhm.
of this creature that was just left here.
Which leads to the belching anus being the literal belching anus. Yeah, that's fair. No, I get it.
No.
That's what
Charlie's
I
trying so hard to have a serious moment, and we're all like, yeah, butt jokes.
But too,
Now she knows how Matt feels.
right?
I know. I already know how Matt feels. I DM all the time. I know exactly how Matt feels.
I was like, wait a second.
Oh my god.
Is she trying? Well, also because Matt sometimes will have a serious moment, but it'll like be a setup for a joke. So I thought it was like one of those moments for a second.
No, you are literally in the middle of the broken spine. If anything, you might be near where its heart
Oh.
was.
Gotcha. Do you want me to roll for panic attack?
No, but you are going to take a stress.
Okay.
Roll for panic attack.
That is not the first time I've asked that question.
Oh my god. Amazing. Oh,
Okay.
You're not having a great watch.
No, I'm not.
poor girl.
I haven't rolled above a 5, guys.
Good job.
Yeah. But eventually, you remember you probably should wake somebody else up.
I think to like cheer myself up while I'm thinking these dark thoughts, like I'm just spiraling, obviously, but I'm trying to play like happy songs, and it's not working. I go over to Ostoy, and I'm like, "Hey,
It's time.
yeah."
Oh, you look like you need a blanket. You're shivering.
Mm. And then I explain about the runes that Triss explained, and I'm like, do you know anything?
I can take a look. I mean, maybe I can ask someone to talk with Rana tomorrow.
Okay. And then, like, for comfort, I, like, quickly hug him,
Oh.
Hmm.
and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed.
All right.
Oh.
He'll get up, wipe his eyes, and start looking around. Ooh.
Yeah, Stoy. It takes a little bit, like, for you to wake up and fully process, what's incoming. Just a little bit of a wake up period.
Oh yeah.
But you realize it's not cold. It is, but it's not as cold as it should be. It's almost as if the temperature really hasn't changed since you went to sleep.
That's weird.
Why does that feel like a threat?
I don't know.
I mean, he's guessing the cave keeps the temperature warmer. There's something. Maybe the fire helped. It's just strange to him that no animals or anything comes in here. If it's this good of a shelter.
Yeah.
So
He has a point.
I mean, You could attempt to investigate that further if you wish, but you would have to tell me what you're doing.
There's nothing saying that this cave was not once a giant eagle rookery like 8 hours ago.
Wait.
I mean, other than that, you guys did a check and there were no signs
Yeah.
of.
They were very good housekeepers.
No deaths.
That's
no
what
nothing.
giant birds are known for.
Yeah.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Oh my god.
I mean, he's on guard, so he's not going to spend a lot of time looking to other stuff because he wants to, make sure not to get distracted and miss something. So mostly he'll be watching for things maybe coming towards the cave, and keeping an eye out in the cave, full pace, and
Yeah.
if there's an area that seems warmer than the other parts of the cave, he'll make note of it.
Yeah, well, as you're pacing like back and forth within the cave, I mean, most of the cave seems to be the same temperature, except for obviously it's warmer near the fire.
Sure.
But you can give me an instinct roll for keeping a lookout.
Okay. Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be an 8 with hope.
It's
Sorry, 7 with hope.
really dark outside, especially with the fire going. It's hard to see past what light the fire gives, which only gives about like 5 to 10 feet of light outside of the cave itself.
Turns out no one here has dark vision.
Turns out dark vision
Doesn't
isn't
exist.
a thing in Daggerheart.
Well, there you go.
So, I mean, but also, if you've ever been up in the mountains at night with light or even no light, like, it gets pitch dark. Doesn't matter if your eyes are really good and adjust, like, it gets...
Literally my hometown.
I mean, same. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been in Yosemite the middle of the night, like,
Yeah.
played Ghost in a Graveyard in Yosemite in the middle of the night.
Nice. Okay.
Let's talk about that sometime. But anyways, so there's not much that you can see, especially with the firelight.
Mhm.
You think you might be able to see further out if you dimmed the fire or went outside of the firelight and let your eyes adjust, but
Sure.
can't see much. But there's just a niggling in your brain as you pace the cave back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just not cold enough.
Yeah, and there's no animals. It's just weird. I mean, he's going to try to make a mental note of this location in case he's ever in this part of the mountains again, because this is a really nice shelter.
Yeah.
Other
absolutely.
than being weird.
It's definitely weird.
Do be weird.
It's a do be weirdest. Yeah, but your watch passes.
Okay.
No issues.
He'll go and get Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx will get up and stand his watch. If somebody wants to roll an instinct roll for me for Nyx.
Someone other than me.
I can do it. What's the ad?
+2.
Okay. That is 18. So 20 with hope.
Yeah, so as he stands watch, keeps an eye out. The world around starts to lighten as the sun starts to rise on the other side of the mountains. There's no direct sunlight yet, but it just, at the end of his watch, slowly starts to lighten. I mean, he doesn't really do much except for just kind of impatiently sit there,
Mhm.
wondering if progress is always going to be this slow with this group.
No promises.
But I mean, the watch passes, and then he starts to wake up the rest of the group for the day ahead.
All right.
So Maggie mentioned something last night when I was getting ready to go and watch it. You found some kind of pattern or something?
Who's
The
Maggie?
Sorry about that.
I know you need this
Yes.
group.
Yeah.
It's okay. I forget their names too.
yes, the runes that are carved into the walls. There's something actually quite similar carved into a sacred place in my home.
Are you able to read it? Does it have a meaning?
No, the carving in my home was ancient. I didn't recognize the script. I just recognized the patterns here.
Can you point out the pattern?
Yeah, I mean, I would show him like everything that I had discovered.
Yeah, it's not that these patterns are the exact, that just seems
Mhm.
from knowledge of written languages and how languages are written, it has the same like base structure.
Mhm.
As you're
Kind of
looking
like
at
if you
it,
were
you
to
notice
look at like the three different, like, you know, Japanese and Chinese written languages are very similar to each other versus like English and French.
Mhm. Yeah, I
There's-
think one thing like should explain the pattern is just that they look so similar. Like that's how she was able to recognize it and compare it to what she had seen at home.
I'll take a look at the pattern she's describing and get out my orb.
as the two
Yeah.
of you are looking, you get out your orb. You notice Knots is actually just standing next to you, staring very thoughtfully at these with a tin cup of very good smelling coffee. Actually,
Oh
Oh
no.
man. Yeah, are you doing something with your orb?
Yeah, I'm gonna call back.
Yes.
Hey, we ran into something out here in the mountains that Rana, if you see her, might understand. Uh, I'll describe the pattern. There's a cave here that's well warmed and protected and doesn't drop in temperature at night. It seems, and it's got all these rune carvings on it. I've never not familiar with it, but maybe Rana is. If you see her, can you ask her?
I will pass the message along. This cave look like it's been used?
No, there's. It seems like creatures avoid it.
Interesting.
I didn't see any indication that animals or came into this cave at all. So something scares them away from it. But as far as I can tell, it's pretty safe and actually quite good for survival. So maybe some kind of magic scares the creatures away.
And it is just the one chamber? It doesn't
Uh, we
extend
walked in
further?
only. I mean, it's a pretty deep cave for a cave, but as far as I can tell, it ends. I believe that's what we said, correct, Carly?
Yeah, it goes back about like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Interesting. I
No, I
will,
didn't try to search to see if there's anything back there other than the wall, but uh, it seems like it ends.
right. I will relay your message to Rana.
Thank you.
Important.
Otherwise, we're still tracking these people, and I'm not sure when I'll be back.
I understand.
Important question for Jason.
Mhm.
Does the story's orb, is this telepathic? Is this, do you have to speak to it? Do voices come out of it?
He's
It's like
just
a
staring.
walkie-talkie.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Oh no.
They are called like speaking orbs, so they are, he's talking and there's a voice talking back through it.
I asked them to contact, well, my senior, the one that taught me how to be one with nature. She
course.
travels these mountains. She's one of your kind. He'll point to Triss.
We will.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think would I be familiar with like other giant clans at all, or?
Yeah. I mean, you know that like your clan is not the only a clan. You would know of several different smaller clans posted in different areas of the Broken Spine.
Okay.
You also would know of a clan, but you guys don't really talk about it. That's up in the you don't really have any communication with them. That is up in the Stinking Barrens.
Okay.
And you know that there is like a small family, like a singular family of giants that's over near the Aurora Pools.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Triss would just nod and be like, "There are a couple different giant clans scattered about. Perhaps she'll be able to lend some insight."
Perhaps. I mean, she is quite wise.
So I've already handed a cup of coffee to Nyx and to Grace, and handing one to Triss. I'm going to bring a fourth one over to Stoy.
So what do your people feel about cannibalism?
I mean, I would assume the same as everybody else, that it's not something that you do.
Like, where's the line? Like, if it's not a mushroom that screams when you pluck it, is that okay for you to eat?
Yeah, we eat plants if need be. There's
Okay.
not a lot that grows up here. There's little grasses and stuff, bushes.
I will
Usually
hand
we
you.
just eat the goats.
I will hand you the cup of coffee.
Okay.
It does have ground fungus in it. That's why I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna be offending you, or you're gonna have some like kind of weird reaction. It dried cherry, puffed cherries, and some ground fungus.
What kind of fungus?
They have names.
And they have special properties.
Oh.
No.
This one makes you energetic? Energy mushrooms, I'm pretty sure they're called.
I feel like everyone's just sitting there like,
Holding the coffee now.
yeah. And you can't see my hands. I was doing like that.
I'm sitting here like,
So did any of you already take a sip of your coffee?
Oh no.
no.
Answer the question honestly, because it took a little bit before this conversation happened.
Nyx absolutely did. Just throwing that out there for Nyx.
Well, Nyx likes coffee. It wouldn't have.
I did.
Triss?
I don't think so, just because Triss does not, like, inherently doesn't trust many of the things that Knott's hands her.
Fair enough. Can you give me a let's say, just give me a straight roll and give me a +1 with a straight duality roll. It's a reaction roll, so
8.
Oh,
Yes, I rolled above a 5.
you did. As this conversation is happening, Triss especially can see that Grace's pupils just like go wide and she almost starts vibrating.
oh no.
I mean, it's certainly energy mushrooms because you are packed full of it right now.
The dish will look at Grace and be like, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh.
Oh yeah, just
What?
you didn't want to take it. I should have warned you. Maybe slowly.
Why do I feel like there's electricity running through me?
Oh my god. I'm now imagining like the people that have bad reactions to pre-workout where they're like, there are bugs under my skin.
No, it's literally a situation like if somebody took too much pre-workout and didn't go to work out is like what's happening.
Because I can go for
You're getting
hours.
a lot of
Too
fighting
much
to do
pent up
today.
energy.
Oh no.
This is
Oh,
from
boy.
one sip, right?
I mean, you had a big sip, but I mean, we all know what Knots is, and Knots is acclimatized to this. And actually, as you guys look over at Nyx is also not having as big of a reaction, which gives an indication that he has probably used this type of coffee before.
Okay.
Why do I feel like I can go for like 3 days straight?
We do have a lot of climbing to do today, so I thought it would help. Sorry.
No. It's
Hey,
the
Nuts.
thought.
Hey, Nuts.
Yeah.
Voice didn't happen. Anyways, so don't eat yellows now. And then Grace will just go walk around the cave.
You know, I actually learned that one. I learned that about the yellow snow. Does
Okay,
not taste good.
So Grace is walking around the cave with a bunch of pent up energy. Is she doing anything specific with her walk around the cave?
Probably trying not to panic like she did last night.
Yeah, you just kind of see her just kind of doing loops
Oh no.
around the cave.
Okay.
I actually used to do that in real life.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Maybe we should get on the trail before they lose all this energy.
Not a bad idea. All right. Well, should we get going then?
As soon as Triss says that, Grace is like booking it to the entrance of the cave.
I will take that as a yes.
Grace, as you leave the cave, one step, you're fine. The next step, freezing.
Oh.
Absolutely freezing. I mean, one of the coldest times of the day is just after sunrise, so.
So I stop after that second step and I just like look around.
Yeah, it's the first step outside of the cave, the first step past the runes.
Oh.
I think the runes are keeping us warm, guys.
What?
The runes are keeping us warm.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. It was a lot warmer last night than it should have been.
Guys, it's freezing out here. I step back into the warmth.
Yeah, immediately you take one step back and it's still cold, but it's like, not super cold. It's like, it's like stepping from something that's like freezing to like 50 degrees.
Gotcha.
Now I'm curious how long this has been here.
Except it's actually below freezing, but yes.
I mean, it seems like whatever these were, they built this to have a nice shelter, as far as I
Yeah.
can tell. I
We're
assume
getting-
the magic keeps creatures away from it.
Mm-hmm. It's fascinating that it's lasted
Did-
this long.
It didn't keep Kavu now.
True.
You look at Kavoon. Kavoon's staring at the back of the cave.
What is it, buddy?
Just
What
gives
do you
some
smell?
sniffs.
What do you smell,
Wait,
buddy?
what's happening?
Is it Timmy? Did he fall out of the well again?
I almost made the same joke.
Oh no.
No,
Yes.
you get the idea that now that you guys have kind of cleaned up and packed up and there's no overwhelming scent of meat, that musty, damp smell is stronger for Kavoon now and seems to be coming
Can
from
I
the
smell
back
it?
of the cave. You can give me an instinct roll.
Knots is the dusty dank smell.
Can I use either tracker or forager for this? Do either of those make sense?
You can use tracker.
Okay. Been my
That's how he
hope,
finds all those mushrooms to grind up for you.
right?
Oh no.
Oh, that's it. I'm like, how did I roll a 13? Well, because that is not a D12. 8 and 7 is 15, plus 3 is 18.
Yeah, you get like the slightest hint of a damp.
Does anyone
You
else
can't
smell
tell
that?
where it's coming from, but you get a whiff.
Can the rest of us smell it?
What are you talking about?
I think a stoy is the only other one that it'll allow to give me a instinct roll.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Hey, Grace, could you fold these blankets up for me?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to take all the blankets that I've already folded and like spread them out in the most like chaotic manner possible, so as to take a lot of energy to fold the
Oh, boy.
blankets.
That'd be a 16 with fear.
Since you're specifically like looking, trying to smell for that smell, you do catch a whiff of it. A tiny, like, underlying smell of static, musty air.
Interesting.
Does it look like there's any holes or anything?
I mean, you can go investigate further if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that applies to everybody.
It's interesting. So
I'm folding blankets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Grace
was at your back, a
is
stoy.
occupied.
Way back.
Way back. You're just folding blankets
no.
too.
No, I'll go with the story, but
What
she
about
does
Kavoon?
make the joke under her breath.
Oh.
Kavoon, Triss.
Triss will like keep an eye, but going further back into the cave, she's like, "This feels like I'm gonna get stuck."
Well,
they're
no,
sort of
I mean
scraping the top.
it's not like it goes down like this. It's like a rounded cavern. So like
Oh,
you can
okay.
get pretty much almost all the way to the back of it without
Mhm.
your head brushing because of the way that it rounds down.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah, you can get like almost all the way to the like up to touching it, and you're only having to scrunch a little bit when you get to
Okay.
that point.
Then I guess maybe she would just kind of continue with them.
Right. Each of you, tell me how you're investigating the back of this cave.
As far as Kavoon goes, is he now that he can smell it better, is he being defensive, aggressive, standoffish?
More curious.
Okay.
As if he doesn't know what it is, but doesn't seem dangerous, just confused and wanting to know what's going on.
Then he'd probably go with Knots, and the two of us will just like be scouting around on the floor since we're the lowest ones for any signs of tracks and more of those markings. Maybe there's markings on the floor.
Sure. You guys can give me agility roll because your tracker stuff is agility. What is Astoy doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to track the smell back to maybe where it's strongest to see if there's something there, like, it's coming in through a wall. And then maybe, if I see that, maybe I'll see if there's anything specific or if there's any holes in the wall or anything like that I could find to where the
Sure,
scent is coming from.
Give me an instinct roll. And
All right.
Triss, what are you doing?
Maybe keeping an eye out for like more runes to see if there's like a different pattern that it might indicate there's a different enchantment in like this area.
Sure. Give me a knowledge check at advantage.
Okay.
What did you and Kavoon get?
So I got 22, and I used gifted. Oh, that was with fear. You're welcome.
Wait. Uh-huh.
And I used gifted tracker, so I spent a hope.
Yeah.
Oh, which gives me advantage. Sorry, hang on. 22 plus 4 is 26. And if it has anything to do with creatures, in the end, I end up getting +1 evasion against them.
Yeah.
Down the road.
You're looking on the ground of this cave, looking for any signs. There's no runes. There's no footprints. There's no anything. And while you're doing this, you chance a look back, and you realize that all the indications that your camp was here, like smudges of charcoal from where you had the fire, are gone. There's no tracks.
Important
other
question.
than the ones that you've like recently made. But
are Nyx and Grace still there?
yes, they're folding
Okay.
the blankets.
Then I'm gonna say
Grace is telling Nyx about her night.
Wow, Grace has a lot of energy. She completely scrubbed all of the floor over there. Do you notice that?
Astoy, what did you get?
So I'm gonna mark a stress and turn into a legendary hound.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll get advantage on locate with that.
Okay. You can take advantage.
That would be a 20 with fear.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that the scent, you narrow the scent down to like a 15-foot area at the back of the cave. But you don't see anywhere that it could be coming from.
He'll like
Which
paw
is-
at that area.
Yeah, you like paw at it and it's fine. You touch the back of the cave and it's fine. Like it's there. But the scent is there. You're gonna take a stress from just these two situations not meshing
Okay.
in your brain.
quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
This might help anything that Triss learns. As I'm looking back and I see this, and I mentioned that, obviously Grace has been cleaning, does it click that there could be something in the cave that is cleaning up after us? Or is this actually rock that we're on, or flesh of some kind?
You can give me a knowledge roll.
Oh, I sure
boy.
can give you one of those. Uh,
And we'll just make it a reaction roll, not hope or fear. This is just to see if Knots puts anything together in their brain.
are you saying you're full on fear? You can't take it.
Well, I've been full on fear for a while. But this is also just because like in puzzles and stuff, I don't reward people like, you can have smart characters be a dumb player. So
Double ones.
crit.
Crit.
Which I mean, you don't get the hope or
Right.
stress back,
Right.
but the runes, they're keeping the cave warm. Might actually probably are also removing the trace of whoever or whatever has visited here on a regular basis.
Do I have any comprehension of what removing it means? Like, it's evaporating it, or it's shuffling on outside.
Like magically, like magic removal.
Okay.
As in like banishing or, like it's gone.
Oh. So I think the scratchy marks that you're so interested in are like what's that thing that some people have, that like little creature that goes around and cleans the floors? It's called like a Roomba or something. I think it's kind of like that. It's like the little, they have them in down in Shield Harbor.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, they're pretty expensive.
What did Triss roll on her check?
13.
With hope or fear?
With fear.
Yeah, you don't put much together. You see a soy. Yeah, I know, the stupid car. You see a soy like touching the wall like as a hound, and it's just like looking really confused. And you hear Not say that the runes are acting like a Roomba. And you don't know what a Roomba is. You're pretty sure it's probably something from Not's imagination.
Yeah.
It probably makes a noise like that.
Oh no.
However, Kavoon moves up with the Bloodhound Astoy, following this scent and seeing what he's doing, and Kavoon, starts to try and investigate with the Bloodhound. And when Kavoon goes to press up against the wall, they pass through.
Oh. Interesting.
And so, like, you only see the back half of Kavoon.
Yeah.
They pass through the wall. While Bloodhound Astoy is still pressing.
Interesting. I think Tristan walked.
Backs up out of backs up out and just looks at Knots very confused. But
Knots-
Triss, what were you gonna do?
I was gonna say that Triss would kind of walk up to it and kind of try and put her hand through.
Yeah, Triss's hand. passes through. Knots.
Hey, Knots.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a bit of a secret here. Do you want to figure it out for us?
What kind of secret?
This wall is not a wall.
Oh, this is like a riddle. Is it a... No, I don't know this one.
It's not a riddle. There's an illusion hiding the fact that there's a passage here. Do you want to go look into it?
Oh. Well, yeah, where is it?
Trish just like points, like will put her hand through.
I will truck right through it.
You walk straight into a wall. And you take a hit point of damage as you
Ow.
hang straight into the wall.
Not how I expected
Oh,
that to go.
no, I think it is a riddle.
Oh, on that note, I feel like that this is a great place to take a really quick break.
What are you talking about? I have so much more to say.
Oh no! Oh my god!
You got a nice deep seal laugh going from Lauren.
Right?
Yeah, we'll be back in like hopefully just 5 minutes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we'll
See ya then.
what
Oh my
happens with the
God.
wall. That's not a wall in the
Okay.
cave. That's just a
Mhm.
cave.
That's just a cave, right?
Yep.
Be right back.
Remember?
Hi
Welcome back.
guys. We're back, and so we've found an illusion at the back of the cave. An illusion that Knots ran into and face first, much like Harry Potter in his second year, just straight into the wall.
Oh my god!
But Triss is still putting her hand through.
I think
Astoria.
Trish thinks this was kind of like. Anyway.
I will reach out and like touch Triss's arm. Is it there?
Is her arm there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll try and
she's
like
there.
I very cautiously try to touch the wall.
The wall is there.
How are you doing that?
I'm not doing anything. The wall's just
Are you
not-
cursed?
I mean,
Oh.
Kavoon looks at you and walks through the wall and then walks back out.
Dude. Uh,
I'm gonna rapidly check Kaboon over to make sure Kaboon is okay. I
Oh my
was
God.
really busy checking out all of those other things earlier to notice Kaboon walk into it the first time.
Yeah, Kavoon's fine. Perfectly okay.
maybe it has like anti-goblin magic on it or something?
Astoy, the bloodhound, also doesn't seem to be able to get through it. It's a wall for Astoy.
Okay.
Oh. Interesting. Huh.
Maybe it has something to do with our names. Or something to do with... Did you bathe yesterday, Tress?
We've been on the road for weeks. No.
Okay, and neither did I, so... Can't be that. Do you think Grace has
where
calmed
did you-
down enough to come investigate this?
Perhaps that might be.
You turn around and Grace is still going to my
Oh boy. Okay.
Astoy just kind of almost like the dog almost laughs when Nods asks that.
Like a hyena.
Oh no.
I'm assuming Nyx is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Nyx is just kind of watching you with the most bemused and yet also frustrated expression on his
I
face.
feel like that's just Nyx's like constant state of being.
Right. Nix was once a very, Zen master kind of fellow, and now he's just like,
Started traveling
all
with
the
us,
time,
and
right.
it's just like, what is wrong with you?
I'll go ahead and drop the hound form and see if I can reach through it as normal.
Yeah, you go to reach for it, and it's a wall.
Okay.
Maybe every other person that touches it. We need to get Nyx or... Yeah, probably Nyx. Nyx, come here. You're doing great, Grace.
Grace, do you want to come touch a wall?
You turn to see where I am, and I'm like literally right behind you. Specifically Knots.
Oh my god.
"Hi, Grace."
Hey! How you doing?
feeling? Oh, good.
Feeling great.
I'm glad.
I can do anything.
Oh boy.
I believe in you.
I touch the wall.
Can you give me a intelligence saving throw first, please?
Ooh.
I apologize. I'm sorry for killing
Sorry,
your character.
a knowledge reaction roll.
Ooh.
That is a 9 with fear.
Fear and hope doesn't matter. It's a reaction roll. You go to touch the wall, and solid.
Guys, it's just a wall.
But her arm is sticking through it.
Yeah, now you notice that Triss's arm is through the wall.
Nuts, out of curiosity, do you know where Kavoon is from?
I mean... I found Kaboon in the Shale Ridge, but that's where I'm from, too. But I don't know from before that.
Kavoon, I don't think I've ever, closely inspected Kavoon, but Kavoon doesn't, remind me of any creatures near where I'm from, does he?
You look over Kavoon closely for, the first time, and, not exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some similarities to a breed of dire cat that exists in your hometown. It's much smaller than you're familiar with, almost as if maybe he's still a baby, even though the personality that you have of Kavoon doesn't make you think that he's a baby.
Yeah.
But just the way that he holds himself seems familiar
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah. I think Triss is realizing that this is a dire cat for really the first time, because Kavoon has always just been an extension of Knots that she has not paid a ton of attention to. So they're like,
I have an idea, Triss. And Stoyle, maybe you can bring us through.
I could try. But yeah, I guess if we want to try, I don't know how I would do that, but
I mean, you're able to go through, it seems.
yeah. I mean, do you want me to just try to
carry one of us through?
I mean, have you gone through it to see what's on the other side?
I haven't.
And Kaboon came back and seemed like he was alright with it, but maybe you should look first before letting somebody through.
Do we want to try having me carry someone in with me?
I'll come with you just in case.
I volunteer to review. Oh.
I
Grace
think
is
Grace
like
wants to
already
go.
climbing up the back of her, and we're like, let's fucking go.
Hanging
Yeah,
on your
Grace
antlers,
is
like,
already a
Forward!
piggyback on Triss.
All right,
Maybe-
fair.
Maybe close your eyes, Grace, just in case, though.
What for?
Just so you don't see the wall.
And you put your hand over your face because it hurts when you run nose first into it.
This isn't the if your hand's bigger than your face, it's cancer thing, right?
No, what is that?
Okay, never mind.
I think Triss will very slowly walk through the wall with Grace on her back because she just want to like go through quickly and have Grace just be like, "Bop."
Yeah, you both of you pass through the wall.
What's on the other side?
A tunnel.
Okay.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, no, it's about a 15-foot diameter tunnel.
Okay.
It looks like it might get smaller, just a little bit smaller, not too much, as it goes. And there's more markings on the walls.
Curious. I think Triss is gonna point out that to Grace and be like, I'll carry everyone else through, and then
I can investigate.
don't go too far, but yeah, that might be a good idea.
I scramble down her back and go up to the nearest room.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's easy enough for Triss to guide everyone through. You figure out that as long as you have actual contact, you can bring
Cool. All right.
people through. Which means that Knots, if you tried to, you could go through by just riding on Kavoon.
So I don't know if they can hear through the wall that is not a wall.
Oh,
but
they can. They can hear through the wall.
I feel like
Okay.
Nyx has probably joined Knots at this point, and they can hear Knots.
Is my hand bigger than my face? I don't know what that means. What if is there something wrong with me? If my hand is bigger than my face?
Oh no.
Your hand is obviously not anywhere close to being bigger than your face.
Whether Nyx takes advantage of that, I don't know.
Oh,
my God.
absolutely he does. He absolutely does. Right on your smashed nose.
Oh, thanks for
Oh,
checking,
no.
but that kind of my eyes are watering. Oh,
That means you have cancer.
what is cancer?
That is the exact response I was hoping for. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
Cancer is when a foreign entity grows inside your body.
Oh,
my God.
yeah, I had that when I was a kid, and like I passed them in my like I ate some stuff that wasn't
Oh.
thoroughly cooked.
Well,
And
cancer
then-
usually
God.
attaches itself to your insides.
Oh, yeah, no.
The
okay,
only
I
way to
didn't
get
have
it
that
out
one.
is to cut it out.
Oh no, I passed these ones in my poo.
Probably not cancer.
Yeah, they were like kind of worm-shaped
Right.
things.
I think it's when
Cancer
Chris
doesn't
popped her head out
really
and was like,
resemble any animals from the
What?
broken spine.
are you two talking about?
Cancer.
I might have cancer because my hand is smaller than my face.
Nuts, you don't have cancer. Just get in here.
Oh, well, while that is happening,
You might need deworming, though.
Right? Not
Probably.
shocking.
Grace, you can give me a knowledge check.
Guys, pray for me. I haven't rolled above a 7.
Oh boy.
Now I have, guess what? 10.
Hey. Hey.
Here.
Working your way up the ladder.
These
I rolled an
runes,
8.
Oh my god.
these runes
Hey, that's
and
something.
carvings are of the same base language, source language, that the rest of runes and carvings that you've seen, you notice that while originally you thought it was all like carvings and runes that extended this hallway, it's just the first kind of section, and then after that it's pictures like carved into the wall. And as you look at the pictures, it's hard to recognize anything. There's some pieces that are familiar, but a lot of it is not presented in a way that you would understand. But you get the idea that these pictures are telling a story of some kind.
Do I recognize said story?
You can give me another knowledge check.
I critted!
Hey,
Still
nice.
haven't rolled above an 8!
Given where your thoughts were last night, there are some pieces in the art that resonate with that story that was stuck in your mind. You catch pieces of a large entity of some kind falling and dying, but then it looks like there's smaller creatures coming out of the larger creature, or maybe going into the larger creature and making a home.
This creature had worms too.
And not just a home, like a home in different areas of the entity. Or maybe the homes were already there when the it's a little confusing, but you get the idea that maybe that horror story based on these pictures might have had a kernel of truth.
So, fun fact about caffeine and like stuff like that, it can actually boost your anxiety.
Yep.
So, pretty sure Grace is now super anxious. And as soon as Nyx comes through the wall, she goes, "Hey Nyx, you remember that story that I told you about that I couldn't stop thinking about last night? Yeah, I think it's real."
The one about the broken spine being a dead celestial or spatial entity of some kind.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. He just gives you that look of somebody just kind of
He's so
letting
done with
you talk your nonsense and just letting you live with that.
I point to the wall and I'm like, this story kind of follows that same path, but then it goes further.
Oh my god.
Sure. Uh-huh. Is there
This
a
man
reason
wants
that we're
out.
going in this tunnel and not following the people?
Just checking it out. There's something smells down here. Maybe those people came here.
Are there any indications of that?
Well, there's no indications of anything back in the room that was cleaned itself, so we don't know till we look.
Fine.
I'll take a look around, just see if there's any source of this smell in here.
Yeah, as you're sniffing, having come in here, you can smell it. You're in it. Like this tunnel is filled with that smell. It's almost as if that illusion barrier or whatever was blocking
Okay.
the smell. It's hard to tell since you're just at this like initial point whether it gets stronger further in, but the scent is
All right.
here.
Well, before I go further, I'm going to see if I can put my arm through. If this was a one-way barrier or two-way.
You move, and it's a wall for you.
Okay. Well, crap. If we have to get out of here fast, it's going to be up to you, Tris, to get us through, it seems.
Well, it seemed that you only had to be touching me to be able to enter. I think as long
I think
as...
Kavun can also help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaboon also seemed to be capable, so hopefully that will be enough.
About this time, Kavun comes through the wall. And then you see Knots, who has dug herself into his fur like a tick, kind of like rise up. Her eyes are squid shut and she peels him open.
No.
Oh, that worked. Okay, good.
Actually, while we're at it, I'm going to try something. I'm going to spend another stress and turn into a larger, more feral-looking saber-toothed version of Kavun
Sure.
and see if that lets me pass through the wall.
Nope.
Okay. Worth a shot.
A good thought.
All right. Well, I'll start walking forward then.
Yeah. This tunnel is kind of filled with those like sketches of carvings of this story along the walls as you move further down this tunnel. You move about like 30 feet down this tunnel, and the pictures stop, and there's another set of the runes carved in before the tunnel splits in two.
Interesting.
Does the smell
Yeah.
seem to come from...
Give me an
specific-
instinct roll.
Okay. On this one, I have advantage on... Let's see. Nope, not anything. Or that'll help with that. Never mind. $19 with fear.
The scent is slightly stronger, but not noticeably. Almost, it's not as if it's like coming from like a person or a being. It's just more like you're getting deeper into an area where there's less airflow.
Okay.
Is it
And there
starting?
doesn't seem be any particular scent difference between the two splits.
Two questions. One, are we all following you? I was kind of the last to come in, so I feel like I'm not necessarily following after you unless everyone else is.
I mean, I guess we could all just sort of start making our way. I think if someone's like starting to progress further, Triss would stay. It's a story that's moving further down, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think Triss would probably kind of tail him, see if he's like caught on to anything.
Which then brings to the second question is, does the smell as it grows sound like anything? Smell. Does it smell? Listen. Do you smell that?
Doing great.
It smells like a place with improper airflow.
Okay,
is
not
what it
like
smells like.
decomposition and such.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
it's that slight musty smell that if you've ever gone into a cavern or a cave where there's just not as much airflow and it's a little damp.
Totally.
Do we think those people that were following maybe went this way?
I'm not sure, but if there's a chance this could provide a shortcut through the mountains, it could be worth checking out.
Oh, that would be amazing. It's also a lot warmer in here, which, really cold out. This would be better.
Agreed. I would be willing to follow this for a little bit to see if it seems like it would be leading us out, though I don't want to lose too much time and lose the people we were tracking.
I mean, I'm down to do whatever you guys want to do.
Grace, have you breathed since you drank that?
What's breathing?
Just
Okay.
circular talking.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, so there's a split here at the tunnel.
Any tracks that we see?
You can give me an instinct roll
Can I assist with that?
if you
Beat
spend
me
a hope.
to it.
Yeah, I will spend a hope.
You guys can both assist. Then he just rolls 2d6 and takes the highest.
Oh, I will absolutely do that then.
So you can roll 2d6 and take the higher one to add on.
Well, it went from a 1 to a 6.
Nice.
26 with hope.
Yeah, you can take that hope. You notice, looking behind and looking on this trail, that there are indications of travel, recent travel by you guys. And just your impression of looking in these tunnels, it doesn't have the same magic that was laid on the cave of like getting rid of trace. However, when you look at the two tunnels, the two splits, there is no indications of recent travel. There is like there's a path, like this has been traveled upon. But like if you've ever been in a cavern or a cave, especially one that doesn't have silt, then there's really no real indication if there's been recent travel. It's just like the wearing down of the path of that feet are setting on. And so that's the indication you get. You don't really get any indication that there hasn't been recent travel, but there's no like positive indication that there has been. It's like it's not muddy. It's just kind of
No granola
wet
bar
and-
wrappers laying around.
No. But both of these paths have been traveled. The left path seems slightly more worn than the right path.
Left it is. Or at least
Mhm.
that's the way I'll start. I'll pat at it.
Yeah. It's a path. Nothing happens when you like take that first
Sure.
step.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh.
path is like almost unnoticeably incline down.
Okay.
Tris, did you have something?
Oh, you mentioned that like nothing happened when you just took like one step, and I was like, I mean, I would just kind of keep going a little bit, but I guess because there's two. Actually, I would look to like Knots and Kavoon, and probably a story in the form of Kavoon. Like, if we split up and each take somebody with a good nose, we could maybe see if they can sense any fresh air moving through these tunnels, and we can see if this is indeed potentially a shortcut.
Stoy will nod and come
Not
back up
if
the tunnel. And go
You want to
right.
take Kavoon down one, and then a story and I can go down another. We can test that out and see.
Sure. Am I going by myself?
Not completely by yourself.
Not that
we
it's
won't-
weird and uncomfortable in this very small, dark space where there's like thousands of pounds of rock above my head, and I'm definitely not thinking about things like that. And being trapped down here by something collapsing on me. Nothing like that. But just in case. Maybe if Grace wanted to go with me or Nyx or both of them. Or we could just go with you. That would also be fine.
Why don't Nyx will go with you to offer protection, and Grace, you can come with us.
Sounds good. I'm concerned about the fact that I can talk so fast and I can't breathe. So can I climb on someone's back?
Astoy will get down a little bit.
Looks like you have your
And-
choice.
And Grace, remember there's limited oxygen down here, so try to not use all of it up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel
Oh
like
my
maybe
God.
oxygen was not a word, a next word, or sorry, a Knott's word. She would have said air. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing fine.
Okay, so we have Knots, Kavoon, and Nyx going right, and we have Astoy, Triss, and Grace going left.
Yes.
Great. We'll start with Astoy, Triss, and Nick and Grace. You guys start going left. It's a small, slight incline going down. You notice that there is a gradual change in it being like a slightly rough cave structure. It's never been like a super rough cave structure to a smooth, I wouldn't say worked stone, but as if it has been worked. It's not like pieces of granite blocks that have been stacked, but as if the stone and path has been smoothed out into something that resembles more of a standard hallway.
Okay, interesting.
And I'll move as quiet as possible as we move down through here.
Yeah, absolutely. The three of you can give me finesse rolls.
This is gonna go so well for me, guys.
Were you writing me?
I critted
Hey,
Nice.
on
can
different dice.
You can take that hope and clear stress.
And I have advantage on sneak in this form.
Oh wait, this is for sneaking. I have advantage on sneaking. That's good. Because I rolled terribly. Can I, after rolling, add experience?
No, you're supposed to add it.
Yeah, okay.
before.
That's what I thought. I was just checking.
What'd you get?
That is a solid 8.
With?
With hope.
Okay, take your hope.
Cool.
20 hope.
Great. Yeah, the three of you are moving along through the stone. You guys can hear the slight shifting of Triss's armor as she moves. More specifically, as her feet step, they're a little bit of a heavy step, but it's not super loud. You guys are moving through this tunnel that turns into a hallway. And then just outside of far range, the barest edge of your sight, Astoy, Grace and Triss cannot see it yet. It's dark down here. An entryway with... Well, it looked like there might have been doors there. There's not doors there anymore.
How big is the entryway? Does it look like it's sized for giants, or
It looks like giants would be able to fit through. It's not necessarily sized for giants, but it's like a relatively grand entryway. So, it's 15 to 20 foot tall, 15 foot wide entryway. So a giant could definitely go through, but the bits and pieces that you can see,
Mhm.
it looks and feels like a grand entryway, which means that it's probably meant for something more average sized.
Interesting.
Or at least not as tall as giants are now.
Hmm.
If you want to give me a knowledge roll, you can try and glean more from that if you wish.
Can I assist?
You can't see it yet.
Gotcha.
yeah,
And he's in Kavoon form, so he cannot tell you.
I can't really tell you. I wouldn't. I don't think he would be knowledgeable enough to pull out too much on this. He'll sort of nod in that direction and move forward a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
If the two of you continue to follow him, it's a little bit further, and then you guys notice the entryway that I described on the edge of your vision.
Interesting. Who would have thought this was here?
Stoy just looks around.
Triss, you can give me a knowledge roll with advantage.
Oh boy. That is 18.
With hope or fear.
With fear.
You're looking at this entryway, and you have a relatively good understanding of things being sized for giants.
Mm-hmm.
And this both is and isn't. It's too small for giants nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But you've heard stories and legend of what the Heartstone has brought to your community.
Mm.
And allowing your community and your species to thrive and grow. And there's an understanding that hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, maybe didn't stand as tall as you guys do now.
I think Triss is like stopped and is kind of having a moment of. This is like if you've ever gone to like Egypt or something and like stood in those temples and just the feeling of being somewhere so ancient. I think that's kind of like a little bit like awestruck right now of being like, oh shit. Oh my god. Okay. But
yeah, you get the impression that these entryways, these hallways, sized for about around 8 foot tall, average.
Is there any other like details, like a continuation of the runes or anything through here?
Well, you can give me an instinct roll.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was a crit, but it's not. It's an 11 and a 1. That is
3 ones, not 2.
I know, yeah. 12, but with hope.
You can take that hope. No, it seems like after that split, there's not been any quite as obvious, like, carvings. This tunnel that you've been walking on has been about another, 40, well, it's been about another like 60 feet or so that it had this like transition into worked area. And then now you have this entryway, and the entryway is elaborate. It's very, think very like ancient Greek. Like it's got very pillared like design with features and faces like kind of sculpted at the top, surrounded by stone filigree.
Okay. I think, yeah. I almost said Grace. Wow, no. Triss is kind of looking around and is like, this. I think this place is a ruin of my ancestors. Or the predecessors to giants as a whole.
What
This
makes
is-
you think that?
We had myths, really, that there was essentially a race before us that climbed from the earth. They were the originators, the original inhabitants of this land. And the predecessors to the giants found the Heartstone and took it to the Grove of Genesis, which was then where we came from. It was the power of the Heartstone that allowed us to grow and thrive and become what we are now. And for the Mother Tree and the Grove as a whole to flourish. But I guess I always just figured they were stories, not real.
Astoy will crouch down and kind of nudge at Grace a little.
What's that?
He like got down flat on the ground.
He's still a cat.
Get off.
Oh. I scamper down.
The caffeine is worn off.
No, Maggie's just tired.
He'll go back to normal form. So you mentioned those people had stolen artifacts of your people. Maybe,
One of them was the Heartstone, and without it, the land is dying.
do you think they came here for more artifacts or to use it? Or this seems awful coincidental to find.
Perhaps. I'm not sure what would be left, and I don't know how much of. I've never heard anyone outside of really my clan talk about the originators.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just suggesting that it's very strange that we ran across this in the same mountains they were traveling.
I agree. It feels like too much to be a coincidence.
Do I know any stories of the originators? Like from the... Like, have I heard stories from other giants, or...
You can give me a knowledge check.
I've been rolling so well, guys. That is an 8 with fear.
No. But when Triss talks about the originators coming up from out of the earth, your mind thinks back to those drawings and the figures coming out of the body?
Sorry. Screw you, Jeremy.
Or out of the body?
So there were a bunch of paintings back there that kind of depicted people coming out of the body. Did your people crawl out of the otherworldly being that is supposedly the broken spine?
I mean, that's part of the myth, is that it was the defeat of the being that supposedly became part of this land by our gods, and they were able to use its body to create new life. Well, not really new life, the first life. That's where the originators came from, supposedly.
So, as the three of you discuss the origin of the broken spine, 20 feet away from an entryway for the originators of giants, maybe? Well, I think that is actually a great place to leave off for tonight. And we'll see.
Just before you hear the screaming coming from the other tunnel.
What happens next week with this group and Nods, Kavoon, and Nyx?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't use any of my prayer die. I forgot about them.
Oh, right. That's the thing.
To be fair, I didn't roll a ton, so.
Yeah, but you could have used them on me.
Right.
I know. I'm sorry, I'm new to this.
I didn't roll above an 8 all night.
Nice, okay. Good job.
No, you critted.
Yeah, with 2s and 4s.
Right.
Good shit. Good shit.
Still a crit.
Well, first of all, thank you all for playing tonight. It was good to see you. Good to game with you. Looking forward to next week and seeing what horrors lie down the other side of this tunnel while you're all having your history lesson. And thank you all for tuning in tonight and watching. If you're watching live.
Wait, Jeremy!
Oh, yeah.
I'll be at Big Bad Con next week.
Ooh.
Nice.
So if you want to come say hi to me, if you're going at all, I will be at the Thornhill Gaming booth. Also, buy from them because they're amazing. But yeah, come say hi. So yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Nice. Anyone else got things coming up in the next week?
Not really. I guess I did think of something. I have art commissions open still.
Nice.
If anyone is interested. And if you say that you found me through Wanderer's Haven, I'm holding to my old prices, which are a little bit of a discount from what I have on my Instagram. So if you're
Nice.
interested, hit me up on Instagram. So
Thanks.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I'm playing in a one-shot at Hit Points Not Required on Monday.
Nice.
So can head over there Monday evening and can check it out. We were on a passenger ship that crashed, and now the group of us are stuck on a lifeboat.
oh boy.
But you're still
so-
on a boat.
We'll see what happens.
But before that happens, tomorrow,
She's on
with
a
you
boat.
and Jason, we'll be back
Yep.
here for Hunter
Yeah.
as we find out what this friendly fellow is that's climbing out of this makeshift coffin in the back of a
Said that this was a
abandoned
bad
bowling,
idea.
bowling
I
alley.
said it was a bad idea.
I'm sorry,
We're gonna
what?
get slaughtered.
Yeah.
We're gonna get slaughtered. This is an ancient of some kind that I have never encountered, and we're gonna get
Oh
slaughtered.
boy.
No, it's going to
Y'all
be
have fun.
fine adjacent.
Uh-huh. Fine adjacent. I
Right?
like that.
Also, let's see, tune in next Wednesday for the next episode of For the Horde of the Drag Queen, where the cultists of the dragon goddess Tiamat are trying to bring her back from Avernus, because that's what cultists do. And then on the 20... Sorry, I got to double check something here, because to the 26th, we have a one-shot of Waste Walkers, which is an awesome... We're going to call it Fallout adjacent game. It's not officially Fallout, but it's not Fallout. Right.
It's not.
So that's going to be a fun time. And then on Halloween, we have a one shot of Curseborn, the new game that is being currently kickstarted by Onyx Path. They are ending the Kickstarter that day at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's weird because people have to work that day because it's a Thursday, and so we couldn't play it earlier in the day, unfortunately. So we'll be playing it post Kickstarter, but it's still going to be a fun time. So tune in for that, and then we'll see you next. What the hell is today? Friday. We'll see you next Friday for more Daggerheart: The Broken Spine. We're going to raid over to Folk and Myth for the finale of their Vampire the Masquerade Lights series. Get your tissues ready, because I'm sure it is going to be a heart wrencher. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Season.
The bleak season. See everybody.
Take care.